Well, if you haven't been following the action over at Nikola Motors, the electric car company, electric truck company, whatever, hydrogen, whatever made up stuff they pretended to be developing. This week was a big week for them. Tuesday. Monday was a holiday. Tuesday, they announced that they had signed an agreement with General Motors. The General Motors would be the manufacturer that is going to manufacture their technology. Basically, General Motors got $2 billion worth of stake in Nikola, basically shares of stock, or about 11% of the company. In exchange, General Motors agreed to manufacture the Badger pickup truck for Nikola, battery electric / hydrogen vehicle, and that Nikola would be using General Motors Ultium battery technology, which kind of contradicts the story that Nikola had been telling their investors, that they had developed the best battery technology in the world. It had the best energy density and best power efficiency of any battery on Earth. Then they decided to use General Motors batteries. Strange. They had also claimed that they had hydrogen fuel cell technology that was superior, and in this deal, they also agreed to be using General Motors hydrogen fuel cells. So again, they had all this great technology. Why aren't they using that instead of General Motors? Aside from that, anyway, the deal was that to manufacture these vehicles, they would be charging Nikola a cost-plus contract. So General Motors would actually be making profit on every Badger pickup truck manufactured, even before it was sold. And that General Motors was not taking care of any of the distribution or dealership network or anything like that. So Nikola was going to have to provide all the marketing, the dealership network, distribution, all that stuff. So General Motors really didn't put in anything on this deal. Nikola gave up 11% of the company, which was valued at $2 billion. So really, it's kind of not a whole lot that GM got out of the deal, other than what the CEO of General Motors came out saying, that they're proud of this deal and that this really showed how serious General Motors is in their commitment to battery electric vehicles and zero emissions and hydrogen and all that stuff. Very committed, I guess. They bought into a fraudulent company, I guess. But whatever. At least they got Nikola had a big name in the industry, and General Motors got a piece of that. Well, 24 hours later after that, basically Wednesday, it started to unravel. Yesterday, it really came out bad as Hindenburg Research put out a report basically just scathing, saying that Nikola is an outright fraud, committing fraud, and has deceived investors, basically citing some inside employees or former employees who basically provided photos and videos showing that the Nikola 1 truck, it's a battery electric semi with hydrogen, so it's kind of a hybrid, basically showing that when they did their unveiling of that the truck was not functional. It had no motors, it had no batteries. It did have touchscreens and stuff, and that those touchscreens were not powered by the battery, but they actually had to run a power cord up from the bottom of the stage into the truck, and you can actually see that power cord in some of the photos that they presented. Since then, basically, some tweets by either Nikola or Trevor Milton basically confirmed that there were no motors, just motor casings, no gearboxes, no batteries, etc. But they had them. They just couldn't get them done in time. Just kind of excuses. Um, anyway, the report was very big, very detailed, and just absolutely bad news for Nikola. The stock started to go into free fall, so all the gains that they had got from their announced deal with General Motors, which stock shot up over 20%, from the 30s, low to mid 30s, all the way up to over 50. I think it hit 52 or $53. Basically, the stock has given all that back, and is back in the low 30s. I haven't checked it at close of market today yet, but I have a feeling it's down there. I think a lot of retail investors, especially, bought into Nikola after the announced deal with General Motors, and they ended up buying high. Hopefully they didn't buy it too high, but I think a lot of people are going to get burned, having bought it up in the 50s and already lost a lot of money. And hopefully they're not going to sit around and wait for it to come back, because I really doubt it will. I do not invest in Nikola. I'm not long or short on it. I stayed away. I'm glad I did. But basically, those people are in a world of pain, I think. If you bought into it, I'd say sell now. Cut your losses. Don't wait for it to come back. I'm pretty sure this is going to zero. A lot of us warned people, stay away from Nikola. Latest news just a couple hours ago, former CEO and current chairman of the board, Nikola Milton, or Trevor Milton, got on his plane, one of his planes, his Gulfstream G5, left Phoenix Airport and was headed out of the country. Doesn't look good. I guess he had a layover in Salt Lake City, but then last I checked, he was over Canada, heading north. Looks like he's heading to Europe. His flight plan shows that his first stop is in Austria, so he may be meeting with German or Austrian partners over there that are doing the fabrication, and so it could be legit. Where he goes after that, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he does not come back to the United States in order to avoid SEC investigation and or criminal charges. He basically, yesterday, he said that he was going to write a detailed rebuttal to all the charges made by Hindenburg Research that published the report. And then he said he would not speak on it. He said basically that report would be made available before the market opened today, which is Friday. That report, he tweeted about it. He said he spent 14 hours working on it, but it never got released. So market opened low, or actually it opened up a bit high, but stock did not do well today, I'm sure. But that report never came out. He hid behind some legalese jargon. Oh, my lawyers aren't allowing me to disclose it, yada yada. Made some threats that he's going to the SEC to file complaint against Hindenburg. Well, a second report has come out today. I think Cascadia Research, or I can't remember the name of the company, but I have not seen that report yet. It looks like it was released kind of late in the day today. But it's also, they are also calling Nikola a fraud, a scam, and vaporware. A lot of us said that early on. Anyway, I guess Trevor Milton, his plane lands at 8 a.m. I'm assuming that's local time, 8 a.m. in Austria. So we will have to wait and see what happens. But people are tracking his plane by tail numbers and online software. See where he goes. I haven't heard anything from any of the other company officials. They seem to be quiet. The Nikola Twitter page seems to be not doing a lot. Trevor obviously was major damage control, and he seems to abandon that, but obviously he's on a plane now. He hasn't been tweeting. I'm sure he has a capability to tweet from his plane. However, he isn't. He did say that he was not supposed to be talking about it because of the lawyer issue. However, after saying that, he did spend a lot of time on Twitter saying all kinds of crap. Very unprofessional, of course, as is his nature. Calling everybody haters and which basically blaming short interest holders and basically haters, things like that. So anyway, it's been a very interesting day. I hope you're not in this stock. It's a very bad one to be in. If you're in it, I'm going to recommend get out. I'm not a professional financial advisor. However, there are so many red flags here, and there have been. We've been saying this all along, and it looks like this whole house of cards is falling apart right now, and I would recommend you stay away. But get onto Twitter and follow some of the stuff. It's actually, I find it funny because I'm not in it, hopefully, but hopefully you're not. But I found it very amusing. Some hashtag, follow Trevor Milton's page, but also some of the hashtags, Nikola Gate, Trevor Gate, hashtag Trevor's Amazing Race. Those are some great hashtags to follow. Trevor's Amazing Race covers basically his seemingly fleeing from the U.S., the race away from the SEC investigation that's sure to follow. So anyway, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this stock. What do you think's going on with Trevor? Where do you think he's headed and why? I mean, obviously we know he's going to Austria, but where's he going after that? Why is he doing that? And what's the future for Nikola? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Anyway, leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a like, and I will talk to you later. So don't forget to subscribe also. Thank you.